MLB Trade Deadline 2025. Big winners, losers explained. The 2025 MLB Trade Deadline was a whirlwind of excitement, but not in the way many expected. Unlike the blockbuster deals of previous years that featured marquee stars like Juan Soto in 2022 or a dizzying number of transactions last season, this deadline had fewer headline-grabbing moves. Yet it still sparked plenty of surprises and strategic shifts as the clock struck 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Two trades in particular stood out as shockers. The Houston Astros rekindled their connection with former standout Carlos Correa, and the Oakland Athletics sent their closer Mason Miller to the San Diego Padres in exchange for Leo DeVries, widely regarded as one of baseball's top prospects. Meanwhile, former Cy Young Award winner Shane Bieber, currently working his way back from injury in the minors, was sent from Cleveland to Toronto. As anticipated, the Orioles and Diamondbacks were busy shoppers too. And the Minnesota Twins? Their deadline activity deserves its own chapter. So who emerged as the biggest winners and losers after the dust settled? Let's break it down. Top victor, Seattle Mariners. The Mariners arguably stole the show by securing the two most impactful hitters traded at the deadline. Eugenio Suárez and Josh Naylor, both acquired from the Arizona Diamondbacks in separate deals. The most impressive part? Seattle didn't have to part with any of their top 10 prospects to get these additions, a rare feat in today's trade market. This speaks volumes about the savvy of President of Baseball Operations Jerry Dipoto, who has a reputation for aggressive trades, but has often been hampered by tight budget constraints from ownership. With a newfound budgetary green light, Dipoto reinforced Seattle's lineup, pairing the dynamic Suarez with Cal Raleigh, a top home run hitter, arguably creating one of the most formidable offensive duos in the majors. The Mariners have faced playoff droughts since 2001, narrowly missing the postseason by a single win in each of the last two seasons after making it in 2022. There's a palpable urgency to capitalize on this season, especially given the openness of the American League's playoff picture. While Seattle is still chasing a wildcard spot and trailing the division-leading Houston Astros in the AL West, their return to October isn't guaranteed. The team needs more reliable starting pitching. Last season, their rotation was among the best, but this year it ranks 14th in ERA overall and 23rd on the road. One criticism of Seattle's deadline work: Dipoto reportedly wanted an impact reliever to complement Andrés Munoz. Although they added lefty Caleb Ferguson from the Pirates, landing a high-leverage setup arm to pair with Munoz would have made their haul even more impressive. Other notable winners: San Diego Padres. Their deadline began explosively with the surprising trade of top prospect Leo DeVries to the A's for Mason Miller, a solid closer. Speculation swirled about a broader strategy involving trading other relievers like Dylan Cease and Robert Suarez to replenish prospects. But the Padres made clear they're going all in this season. They bolstered their roster by adding Ryan O'Hearn and Ramon Laureano from the Orioles, plus catcher Freddie Fermin from the Royals. These moves addressed glaring holes in left field, designated hitter, and catcher, while also strengthening an already elite bullpen. San Diego now fields a formidable lineup and a bullpen that could dominate in October, making them strong contenders against the Los Angeles Dodgers, who have dominated the NL West for years. Philadelphia Phillies, facing the reality of an aging roster, the Phillies are in full win-now mode. With starters Zach Wheeler, Christopher Sanchez, and Ranger Suarez carrying much of the load, acquiring closer Jhoan Duran was a strategic move to fix one of their biggest weaknesses, a shaky bullpen. With Jordan Romano leading the team with a 6.81 ERA in save situations, and Jose Alvarado returning only postseason eligibility, Duran provides an upgrade both immediately and for the future, as he's under team control through 2027. They traded prospects Eduardo Tate and Mick Abel for Duran, but kept faith by adding outfielder Harrison Bader, who brings a strong right-handed bat and could secure the center field spot if he maintains his performance. New York Mets. A faltering bullpen plagued the Mets for months, except for the standout Edwin Diaz. President of Baseball Operations David Stearns acted decisively, revamping the relief corps to what now appears to be one of the league's best. Additions like Tyler Rogers, known for an unorthodox underhand sinker delivery, Ryan Helsley and Gregory Soto complement Diaz and other existing arms, creating a formidable bullpen arsenal that's crucial in October, where games often turn on relievers' performances. While these trades cost the Mets some top prospects, including Jesus Baez, Drew Gilbert, and Blade Tidwell, Stearns demonstrated a fearless approach that may pay huge dividends. They also improved offensive depth by acquiring center fielder Cedric Mullins, offering more lineup versatility. Houston Astros. The Astros enhanced their lineup by bringing back Carlos Correa at third base, adding left-handed hitter Jesus Sanchez and utility infielder Ramon Urias. With shortstop Jeremy Pena returning from injury, Houston's offense looks much improved compared to their July struggles. Correa, though not having a standout 2025 season so far, carries a strong track record and could be a key contributor down the stretch. Coupled with a dominant bullpen and strong starting pitchers like Framber Valdez and Hunter Brown, the Astros appear well positioned to fend off division rivals and cement their spot heading into October. Oakland Athletics. The trade that stunned many was the Athletics sending closer Mason Miller to the Padres for elite prospect Leo DeVries. Deals involving top 100 prospects at the deadline are rare, especially for a reliever. But this is a potential franchise-changing acquisition for Oakland. At only 18 and excelling in high A ball well above league averages, DeVries' trajectory resembles that of young stars like Carlos Correa or Francisco Lindor, though prospect development always carries uncertainty. Oakland's gamble could pay major dividends long-term. New York Yankees. General manager Brian Cashman pledged big moves and added several players. Third baseman Ryan McMahon, infielders Jose Caballero and Ahmed Rosario, closer David Bednar and others, improving depth and versatility. McMahon may be a sleeper hit after moving from Colorado to a more analytically driven environment. However, the Yankees did not acquire top-tier hitters like Eugenio Suárez or elite closers such as Jhoan Duran, nor did they bolster their starting rotation significantly. While these moves beef up the roster, questions remain whether it's enough to chase the Blue Jays in the division. Could this be a subtle shift away from the Yankees' traditional blockbuster deadline approach? Biggest disappointment, Minnesota Twins fans. Twins supporters faced a harsh reality as 10 roster players, including stars like Carlos Correa and Jhoan Duran, were traded away. This exodus included crucial bullpen. 2025 MLB Trade Deadline. Full breakdown of all 30 teams' postseason implications. The 2025 MLB Trade Deadline delivered an odd mix of anticipated and unexpected moves that have left fans and analysts buzzing. The spotlight clearly shone on two major players shifting teams, Eugenio Suárez and Mason Miller. While Suarez's move to the Seattle Mariners late Wednesday night was widely anticipated, Mason Miller's trade early Thursday caught many by surprise, even though it was within the realm of possibility. Beyond these headline makers, the deadline day itself was more remarkable for the players who stayed put than those who were moved in the critical final hours. None of the last-minute trades. Meanwhile, the Minnesota Twins orchestrated a strikingly dramatic teardown, leaving the clubhouse barely recognizable as the team begins preparations for the rest of the season. Often, it's the unsung role players who become postseason catalysts rather than the big stars everyone watches. Take, for example, Marco Scutaro. The 2012 NLCS MVP for the San Francisco Giants, Eddie Rosario, who earned the 2021 NLCS MVP honors with Atlanta, or Tommy Edman, the 2024 NLCS MVP with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Their performances remind us that amidst the noise about marquee trades like those of Suarez and Miller, somewhere in the depths of the rosters lie lesser-known players who could ignite a run for a contender when it matters most. To provide context, each team's record entering Thursday's games demonstrates their standing before the deadline, while prospect rankings come courtesy of Baseball America, with the caveat that organizations value prospects differently. Team names mentioned in parentheses indicate where players came from or went to. Note the deals involving players designated for assignment are excluded, and all trades outlined took place starting the previous Thursday. AL East, Toronto Blue Jays, 64-46, first place. Key additions, RHP Shane Bieber, Guardians, RHP Lewis Varland, Twins, first baseman Ty France, RHP Seranthony Dominguez, Orioles, Brandon Valenzuela, Padres, unranked. Key losses, 3B Will Wagner, Padres, RHP Carl Steven, Guardians, number 5 prospect, RHP Duran Watts Brown, Orioles, number 14 prospect, OV Alan Roden, Twins, number 7 prospect, left-hander AJ Kendry Rojas, number 11 prospect. What it means? The marquee acquisition for Toronto is undoubtedly Shane Bieber. Despite not pitching in an MLB game since early 2024 due to Tommy John surgery, Bieber recently threw 57 pitches in a rehab start, signaling that his return is on the horizon, possibly needing a few more rehab appearances before fully rejoining the Jays. The bullpen gains depth with Dominguez and Varland, while Ty France offers a veteran bench option, though not a regular starter. New York Yankees, 59-49, second place, 4 games back. First wild card. Key additions, 3B Ryan McMahon, Rockies, right-hand pitcher Camilo Doval, Giants, offense Austin Slater, batting right-hander Correa, right-hand pitcher Jake Bird, Rockies, offense pitcher David Bednar, Pirates, right-hander Alex Max. What it means, New York was one of the most proactive teams, trading away 10 of their top 30 prospects, but only 1 from their elite top 12. While they didn't significantly bolster their starting rotation, the bullpen was notably enhanced by adding Bednar, Doval, and Bird. With Bednar and Doval's closing experience, the Yankees now boast 4 pitchers with the ability to finish games late, a big upgrade for a team that has struggled defensively. Also, look for Jose Caballero, who hasn't yet reached arbitration, to play a key role given the Yankees' defensive challenges. Boston Red Sox, 59-51. Third place, 5 games back, second wild card. Key additions, RHP Dustin May, Dodgers, LHP Steven Matz, Cardinals. Key losses, 3B Blaze Jordan, Cardinals, number 24 prospect, OF James Tibbs III, Dodgers, number 10 prospect, OF Zach Earhart, Dodgers, number 29 prospect. What it means, Boston's deadline activity was subdued. May should fill a gap in the starting rotation, while Matt strengthens the bullpen. Still, for a team that could yet challenge for the division crown, these moves lack the punch you'd expect from a playoff hopeful. Tampa Bay Rays, 54-55, 4th place, 9.5 games back, 3 GB wildcard. Key additions, RHP Adrian Hauser, White Sox, RHP Griffin Jacks, Twins, second base Marlins, Subpoi Jada Arenamo, Rays, number 10 prospect, second base Brian Van Bell, outfielder Buddo Everson Pereira, Yankees. Key losses, RHP Zach Littell, Danny Jansen, infield Jose Caballero, among others. What it means, were the Rays buyers or sellers? Given the additions, the Rays lean towards buyers. Grabbing Hauser, a surprise performer, and top setup man Jax shored up the pitching staff. While they parted with catcher Danny Jansen, acquiring Nick Fortes helps fill that void. Replacing Caballero will be vital going forward. Baltimore Orioles, 50-59, last place, 13.5 games back, 7 GB wildcard. Key additions. Several high-level prospects from Padres, Mets, Blue Jays, Cubs, and others, including LHP Boston Bateman, Padres, number 6. SS Cobb Hightower, RHP Duran Watts Brown, Blue Jays, number 14 prospect, plus more. Key losses. CF Cedric Mullins, 1B Ryan O'Hearn, fielder Ramon Laureano, LHP Gregory Soto, RHP Seranthony Dominguez, and more. What it means, the Orioles were the second biggest sellers, moving key free agents like Dominguez, Mullins, and Morton. They received a valuable haul of prospects in return, setting them up for a rebuilding phase. All eyes will be on them this offseason, especially